What is going on, people? So we have our Kingdom event. What is it? The kill event, and I kind of tested my defense without really meaning to test my defense. So in this Kingdom, we have what's called a nap top 10 or whatever it is, and it seems like this alliance here, WRC, they just kind of do whatever they want. So I was just chilling, minding my own business. I had my shield had just went down. And I actually got attacked. So let me actually go ahead and show you. And some of this stuff I really don't understand. Now, I know that my setup isn't optimal for defense or whatnot right now. But, like, the stats didn't really make sense to me. So, okay. I got hit by Castle 35s that have the next tier troops. So, I mean, understandable that they're going to do a decent amount of damage. So I got hit by WRC, the problem. I mean, they change names all the time, so I don't even know if I should just call them that or whatever. But obviously, they sent full calves at me. I have about 1.2 million troops, and these are the ones that I'm using on my wall right now because I just don't really understand the wall, the way that it works in this game. So I have Count Rochefort and then Jen d'Arc, or is it Jean? I don't know, whatever. Mainly because my army was mainly Cav, and she's a really decent Cav hero, so I figured, okay, I'll just put her in here right now. I don't know. So here it is, right? So, serious injury, that got 170, and then troops killed, that's 311,000. So, that means that they basically lost 311,000 of that tier troop. So, they definitely felt it. Now, the good thing about this here is that the 223,000 went to my infirmaries, and then the 291, they just went to my sanctuary, right? So they died, but they didn't really die, right? So let's take a look at the benefit details. So they definitely have way better stats than me. I mean, they have about 1,000 more troop attack. Their cavalry attack stat is like 4,000 over me. So that means that they have all that new stuff. And pretty much everything is over mine except the damage. They're just below on the cavalry damage and the army damage. Not really enough to really make that big of a difference. Where they kind of lack is the cavalry damage received and just damage received in general. So I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't do as much damage. And it also seems like their war strategies isn't really the best. I mean, mine isn't either, but it's something that I'm currently working on. So this is the first one. So they definitely took a lot of losses. Not something that they want to redo again, right? They are also focusing on that. I think that's March capacity, I believe. I might be wrong. But yeah, you see here exactly what they lost and whatnot, which is tier 11s, where I just basically have tier 10s for the most part, right? And like I said, most of my army was pretty much calf, so, you know, I was kind of fine with that. I did not even realize that I was reinforced, but hey. So, yeah, that I was completely fine. Like, hey, if that's your hit, and this is the damage that I take compared to yours, it's not something that you want to do over and over. Especially with these stats right here, because they're just way above me. Where I get a little confused is the next one, because they did hit me. So now WRC Snow hit me after, and completely just like destroyed me compared to the person before me. Now, I don't know what made the big difference here, but if you take a look at the benefits, troop attack is fairly consistent, right? The cavalry attack, they have similar cavalry attack. I'm sure that they're using the heroes to boost their cavalry attack, so that cavalry attack is probably inflated. But everything else is about the same. The only difference that I see is that they definitely have higher damage received, which is still not above me. So there's nothing here that screams these stats are so much higher than the other person to wipe me out like this. Now, again, the good thing is that my infirmaries took most of these because I did get enough time to heal. And then the troops killed the 663. They just went all the way to my sanctuary. So I didn't have to worry about that. They are currently healing, so but you know that's just gonna heal in a couple of days. I don't really worry too much about that. I didn't actually have troops die that much. It's just a matter of just waiting a couple of days to actually revive them, whereas they actually did take reds. But when I take a look at this, the only difference here is that they do have Glorious Charge at level 8, but it's not that big of a difference, right? And then the other thing, I'm taking a look here, and then the airship or the heroes aren't really that much different. Winged Hussars, 508,000 compared to, what was it before, like 480 or something like that? And I'm guessing that maybe it's because my War Masters were lower, and my cavalry army was pretty much like half. So maybe that's why, but still, like that was a big difference. So I'm not really sure why this one did so much more. Yeah, I'm a little confused, but this is just going to motivate me more to get to this level. You know, the Castle 35, get that next tier troop, and start going after this WRC, because what's the point of a nap if they just do whatever they want? So it's to the point where I'm just gonna, you know what I was actually thinking about doing is just take my infirmaries up to a decent amount to where I can just heal and be fine, and then just continue attacking, and then just leave the troops that I'm not gonna be using to attack in the sanctuary for now, and then just attack them relentlessly. To where even if they attack me and they hit me, it doesn't matter because everything's gonna go to the infirmaries. And if I get to Castle 35 and get the T11s, then they really won't be able to hurt me much, because if you do attack me, you're the one that's gonna take the losses. Mine is gonna go to the infirmaries, and I'm just gonna keep attacking relentlessly. I think that's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people say like, oh, you don't wanna attack your own kingdom because of KVK or whatever, but if the kingdom isn't looking out for each other, then what's the point? We're not gonna work together. If we have nap 10 or whatever it is, and you just break it whenever you want, and then whenever you think it's not gonna benefit you to keep fighting, then you say, oh, you know, nap 10, let's stop the war. That's not how it works. We're not just gonna do everything whenever it benefits you. Does that make sense? So this attack, I definitely took it personal. The first one I was completely fine with. The second one definitely hurt, but good thing that my infirmaries and the sanctuary is able to give my troops back in due time. But yeah, WRC is definitely gonna be feeling it once I get healed up and I have everything set up correctly. I'm still waiting to take up my Castle 35, and then that way I can actually take up my cavalry to the next tier. I'm sure that's going to help me quite a bit. But until then, I'm just going to keep plotting. I'm going to set everything up to where even if they attack me, it ain't going to hurt me, but I'm just going to continue to zero them out. And if it hurts the kingdom in the long run, at this point, it doesn't seem like they care anyway. So, hey, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Right? So yeah. Let me know what you guys think. My whole thing now is just getting my troops back, getting to Castle 35, maybe 40, and then go on a revenge tour and maybe getting that uploaded here. But yeah, if you guys have an answer as to what could have possibly made that huge a difference, especially when her stats were nowhere near the stats of this person, I would love to know like what would have made that big difference, because I thought maybe their damage was much higher, but it wasn't. So I was confused. But yeah, I'll be reading the comment section to see what you guys think. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure that you subscribe, like the channel, share, all that good stuff that helps channels grow, especially if you're liking the content for more. And until later, bye.